Thank you so much for watching this video. Oh, did you know how to make yourself happier? It's easy. Just subscribe this channel. Click the red button below. See? Can you feel it? Let's get started.
Narcissism. Nebulous. Nefarious. Neologism. Nepotism. Nihilism. Nominal. Noxious. Obsequious. Obtuse. Officious. Onerous. Opaque. Ostensible. Ostentatious. Palliate. Palpable. Paltry. Panacea. Paradigm. Parochial. Parsimonious. Partisan. Patent. Pathology. Patriarch. Patrician. Paucity. Peccadillo. Pedantic. Pedestrian. Pejorative. Penchant. Penitent. Pensive. Peremptory. Perennial. Perfidy. Perfunctory. Peripatetic. Periphery. Perjury.
それでは、10個ずつ、イメトレ、定義、例文を流します。頑張ってね。
Narcissism. Nebulous. Nefarious. Neologism. Nepotism. Nihilism. Nominal. Noxious. Obsequious. Obtuse.
Narcissism. Excessive love of one's body or oneself. Narcissism is defined in the survey, by a researcher at York University in Toronto, Canada, as a pervasive pattern of grandiosity, need for admiration and an exaggerated sense of self-importance. Nebulous. Vague. Hazy. They enable us to break up the larger and more nebulous goals, into smaller, more manageable pieces. Nefarious. Neville. Flagrantly wicked. Many French will be convinced that their first impression after DSK was arrested, that he was victim of a nefarious political plot or financial shakedown, was correct. Neologism. A new word or phrase. A new usage of a word. We can take the changes of society as the basis, semantic extension and pragmatic extension as the approach and the emergence of neologism as the result. Nepotism. Showing favoritism to friends or family in business or politics. As long as nepotism benefits me and provides me with opportunities I would not have otherwise, I will support the practice. Nihilism. The belief that there are no values or morals in the universe. In the 1970s, the hippies embraced nihilism and ignored many of society's rules and laws. Nominal. In name only. Insignificant. A-OK. During rocket launches. If prices rise and the nominal wage remains constant, the real wage falls. Noxious. Harmful. Offensive. Increasing tax on petrol would encourage people to drive smaller cars with fewer noxious emissions. Obsequious. Fawning. Subservient. Sucking up to. Matrons, millionaires, educators, journalists, coachmen all bowed to him in obsequious homage. Obtuse. Insensitive. Blockheaded. How could a man so intelligent in every other way be so obtuse when it came to ordinary everyday living?
Officious. Onerous. Opaque. Ostensible. Ostentatious. Palliate. Palpable. Paltry. Panacea. Paradigm.
Officious. Annoyingly eager to help or advise. The phrase is also used against people who are viewed as officious or intermeddling in someone else's affairs. Onerous. Burdensome. Oppressive. While the assignment seems simple, in reality, it is quite onerous. Opaque. Impossible to see through. Impossible to understand. Continue adding flour to the sauce until it becomes opaque. Ostensible. Apparent, but misleading. Professed. The war was fought to remove a cruel dictator, at least that was the ostensible aim. Ostentatious. Excessively conspicuous. Showing off. She cobbled together a rough draft and then rewrote it, trying to remove the more ostentatious signs of plagiarism. Palliate. To relieve or alleviate something without getting rid of the problem. To assuage. To mitigate. Organizations for writers palliate the writer's loneliness, but I doubt if they improve his writing. Palpable. Capable of being touched, obvious. Tangible. Video technology has made it so that even people who are a continent apart can seem palpable to each other. Paltry. Insignificant. Worthless. Sadly, law enforcement officers usually receive paltry salaries in exchange for risking their lives. Panacea. Something that cures everything. Membership of the ERM is not a panacea for Britain's economic problems. Paradigm. A model or example. The war was a paradigm of the evil and destructive side of human nature.
Parochial. Parsimonious. Partisan. Patent. Pathology. Patriarch. Patrician. Paucity. Peccadillo. Pedantic.
Parochial. Narrow or confined in point of view. Provincial. Local newspapers tend to be very parochial. Parsimonious. Stingy. Despite his wealth, the parsimonious millionaire refused to give any money to charity. Partisan. One who supports a particular person, cause, or idea. He is clearly too partisan to be a referee. Patent. Obvious. It was patent to anyone that she disliked the idea. Pathology. The science of diseases. Biomedical scientists deal with 100 million pathology tests a year, playing a crucial role in the diagnosis and treatment of disease. Patriarch. The male head of a family or tribe. In the African tribe, the patriarch decides which woman will marry which man. Patrician. A person of noble birth. An aristocrat. The old patrician was buried in the family vault. Paucity. Scarcity. There is a paucity of information on the ingredients of many cosmetics. Peccadillo. A minor offense. People are prepared to be tolerant of extramarital peccadillos by public figures. Pedantic. Boringly scholarly or academic. Because Greg wanted to impress his friends by being pedantic, he decided to point out all the grammar flaws in the president's speech.
Pedestrian. Pejorative. Penchant. Penitent. Pensive. Peremptory. Perennial. Perfidy. Perfunctory. Peripatetic. Periphery. Perjury. Pedestrian. Unimaginative. Banal. Life in the suburbs can be pretty pedestrian. Pejorative. Negative. Disparaging. Permissiveness is used almost universally as a pejorative term. Penchant. A strong taste or liking for something. A predilection. His style was vivid, with a penchant for colorful, even shady, characters, and a zest for historical detection. Penitent. Sorry, repentant, contrite. They all appeared very penitent, and begged hard for their lives. Pensive. Thoughtful and sad. He made a pensive sound like a distant bugle. Peremptory. Final. Categorical, dictatorial. There was a peremptory note in his voice. Perennial. Continual. Happening again and again or year after year. The novel's central theme is the perennial conflict between men and women. Perfidy. Treachery. The disgruntled curator was accused of perfidy after the robbery was determined to be an inside job. Perfunctory. Unenthusiastic. Careless. When we went out to dinner last night, the board hostess gave us a perfunctory hello. Peripatetic. Wandering. Traveling continually. Itinerant. Since Steve prefers to live a peripatetic lifestyle, he doesn't require much in the way of material possessions. Periphery. The outside edge of something. An electrical fence is the key element of the prison's periphery. Perjury. Lying under oath. When the killer's wife lied on the witness stand, she was charged with perjury.
お疲れ様でした。眠ってしまっている人はいませんか？それでは、クイズの時間です。
Now, tell me the definition of each word before I move on to the next one. Are you ready? Narcissism. Nebulous. Nefarious. Neologism. Nepotism. Nihilism. Nominal. Noxious. Obsequious. Obtuse. Officious. Onerous. Opaque. Ostensible. Ostentatious. Palliate. Palpable. Paltry. Panacea. Paradigm. Parochial. Parsimonious. Partisan. Patent. Pathology. Patriarch. Patrician. Paucity. Peccadillo. Pedantic. Pedestrian. Pejorative. Penchant. Penitent. Pensive. Peremptory. Perennial. Perfidy. Perfunctory. Peripatetic. Periphery. Perjury.
Thank you for watching. I see you soon. Bye!